Hey folks, Alan Saunders, Chris Ward from SteelersNow.com here at Acrisure Stadium. The Steelers just wrapped up their first joint practice in recent memory with the Buffalo Bills here. A spirited affair. We had some trash talking, some friendly trash talking, some pushing and shoving, some hard blocking, some pancake blocks, and I'll call it a Steelers victory on the day. They split the 7 shots drills, but the Steelers swept the practice closing 2-minute drill. I thought the Steelers looked pretty good out here. Let's get into the news of the day. First of all, we found out that Russell Wilson is going to start the second preseason game, and that the starters are going to play about 4 series in this one. And no one ruled out, even though several guys didn't practice today. Mike Tomlin didn't rule anybody out for this game, except for Troy Fautanu, who he's kind of already ruled out. He didn't mention him again today, but he already said he's going to miss this game. I guess technically leaving the door open for a guy like Roman Wilson, who I highly doubt has yet to practice. I did see him, kind of catching some passes off to the side here today. First time I've seen him do some of that. Nate Herbig not practicing today with that upper body injury suffered yesterday in that last practice at St. Vincent College. I think I would be a little skeptical. Did see Jonathan Ward moving around out here pretty good. He had that hamstring injury. And then Alex Highsmith with the groin, and Dante Jackson with that undisclosed injury, both limited, but they did participate in today's practice. So, other than those 6 guys, I think you should see almost everybody in this game. You're going to see guys like TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, Russell Wilson, Minkah Fitzpatrick, the whole lineup of stars for the Steelers against the Bills. Now let's get into today's practice. Watch the Steelers offense against the Buffalo defense in 7 shots. They're happening at the same time, so kind of had to pick and choose. Steelers offense got a 4-3 win. There was a touchdown pass from Russell Wilson to Des Fitzpatrick, but the first team offense, the Steelers starters, were in there for 4 reps. Russell Wilson took all 4 of them. They went 1 and 3. Justin Fields in the 2s came in and got 3 straight touchdowns to give the Steelers the win. He scored on a read option, and then a play action rollout. He hit Cordell Patterson, and he scrambled and hit Scotty Miller on an out route in the end zone for the last one, so a 4-3 win there. In the 2-minute drill, it was more Fields using his legs. He took the entire 2-minute drill, and he scored about a 35-yard scramble for a touchdown. Ended the drill almost before it even got started. The second team 2-minute drill was the Buffalo offense against the Steelers' first team defense, and it was Cory Trice out there who got a pass breakup on 4th down. Mitch Trubisky was the quarterback for Buffalo, and I can say this place just maybe doesn't go so well for Mitch. He completed about more passes to people standing on the sideline than he did Buffalo wide receivers. I got to see some of the Steelers offense working team periods, but Chris, you were down watching the Steelers defense with the Buffalo offense. What did you see from those guys against Josh Allen and company?
Josh Allen looked, like as advertised, one of the best quarterbacks in the league. But the tight ends, the Bills have a lot of good tight ends, and that was showing down there. Linebackers, trouble covering and stuff. But it's only practice, so it's tough to say, an indication of what that is.
Yeah, we saw that in the playoff game, right? And we see guys like a Landon Roberts and trying to run down guys like Kincaid and Knox.
Kincaid,
Was it Elliott and Queen? Was that the ones who were mostly drawing that assignment? Was Peyton Wilson involved?
Yeah, one pass of the seam went over Patrick Queen. I think it was Kincaid caught the touchdown. But Trubisky had a touchdown pass, and also Allen had one.
I got to watch some offensive line, defensive line one-on-ones. Good to see Broderick Jones go up against Von Miller and Greg Rousseau, and he did awesome. I thought Broderick was really, really good out here today. Probably the best I've seen him all year. He was really solid. Dylan Cook had a pancake. Spencer Anderson had a couple nice reps. But this is a pretty good defensive line. Got guys like Oliver, Epinesa, Miller, Rousseau. There's some quality pass rushers over there. But the Steelers' offensive line held up really well. And when they didn't, I thought Fields and Russell Wilson were super decisive. There was one where Buffalo had a blitz on. Russ kind of sniffed it out. He slowed things down. He pointed out the blitzer. He let the blitz come in, then he just put his right foot down and took off. Wilson probably would have had about a 30-yard gain on that one himself. I thought both those guys used their athleticism really well today, and I thought the Steelers' offense looked strong. The running game for me was the big takeaway from the Steelers' offense. They go out there after 7 shots the first team period. First handoff, Najee Harris up the middle, 35-yard touchdown. Jalen Warren was gashing him. Samaje Perine had a big run. Aaron Shamplin was gashing him. The Steelers' running offense could be really, really good, and I think that's the biggest difference I see in this team compared to last year. Last year they wanted to run the ball a lot, They did run the ball a lot. This year, I feel like they're good at running the ball a lot. What did you see? Anything else about the defense in those team periods that stood out to you when they were going up against the Buffalo squad?
Yeah, there was no long runs, maybe 10-yarders. But Joey Porter Jr. was called for a pass interference on Coleman, and he was talking with the secondary coach afterwards. So I think that's something to watch for, just as, Joey Porter Jr., he got called for a pass interference in the first preseason game. I think just something to watch, he's working on his craft and everything.
One thing you always see in these team periods is, are these joint practices, you're always looking for the fight. Like, where's it going to come? How's it going to start? Not pretty calm, I would say, in this one. Little dust up in the middle. Justin Fields was very close to the line of scrimmage, threw a pass that got knocked down, and he kind of fell to the ground after he threw it. Zach Frazier took some exception with the defense, and some people came together. But really, even though there were some really physical plays, I thought guys kept their cool. Tyler Matakevich, man, spent 4 years in Buffalo after he was in Pittsburgh, back with the Steelers. I actually asked him, we talked to him earlier this training camp, I said, are you excited about that joint practice? Did you know that was coming? He's like, yeah, I might have known. I might have got a little hint that was coming. And his kickoff drill, he was in the kickoff block, the return unit. He blocked somebody about 20 yards downfield and straight on their back. And it was just a good rep. Everybody got up and dusted themselves off, so calm heads. And I think that's why, the relationship between Mike Tomlin and Sean McDermott is why practices like this can happen that way, because those two guys know each other, college teammates at William and Mary. They trust each other. And I asked Mike Tomlin, I said, is this like a college non-conference game? Do you owe him, do you have to make the trip back to Buffalo next year? And he kind of gave me a little wink and said, we'll see. So I think a return to the favor may be in order here, if not next year, but sometime in the near future. What did you just think in general about the environment of a joint practice?
I was good. Like you said, a lot of things, they haven't done one, 8 years?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, so a lot of different things are going on at the same time. So, but like you said, there's some chippiness and everything, but it was all, respect, nothing got out of hand and stuff. You expected that with the Tomlin's relationship with McDermott.
Yeah, it is very difficult to cover. I will say that. Way more. I mean, just like a regular training camp with twice as many guys on the field and twice as much stuff happening. So, I mean, the great thing about this for you guys is you're going to read this and listen to this, read my coverage at SteelersNow.com. I'm sure there's going to be other people that have completely other stuff to say, because I bet I saw about a quarter of what happened out here. I just want to come up with a couple other highlights here. Thought Van Jefferson had a really nice day. A couple other nice catches. Pat Frymuth with a one-handed catch in the end zone in 7-on-7. TJ Luther, new guy just signed this week. Man, if the sideline didn't exist, he'd have had 2 highlight reel catches, but his quarterback wasn't doing him any favors. Fields and Wilson both led him out of bounds, but it was a couple of diving, beautiful catches for him. I thought he's acquitted himself pretty nicely. The kickoff team, we did see the live kickoff, and it was John Rice Plumlee still back there, not Cordero Patterson. I assume that eventually Patterson's going to take one of those spots. It was Plumlee and P. Ryan today, with Ward also out with that injury. But I don't know, man. Plumlee's still on the first-team kickoff return team. It's about to be the second preseason game. Training camp's over. Do you think he has a chance to make this team?
You have to show the preseason game. I think, a number of years ago, Stephon Logan, made a roster spot. I mean, Plumlee, if he could, break one, I think he could come on the roster, but I think you'll have to do something in one of these preseason games.
I think the difference between now and then is the flexibility you have with the practice squad, where now you can get guys at practice squad, call them up, and still occasionally use them. I expect they're going to, they got a lot of money invested in Cordero Patterson. I assume he's going to be back there, but they've had 2 deep return men on every return we've seen. So I think there's another guy there, another job to be had. I've kind of had Jalen Warren in pencil for that gig, but hey, man, Plumlee's still there, and he took a shot today, too, in his one return. That might have been the biggest hit of the day that he absorbed, and he kept his feet and kept going. Any final takeaways from today?
I got to talk with Mitch Trubisky after practice, and I think he talked about. I asked him about learning from Josh Allen, because he was there before, and he talked about how much of a mentor he was. But he seemed, great spirits. He said that he still talks with Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph. He said they're in a group chat, and I guess when he got here, they asked him if are you in Pittsburgh yet? And he said he was wondering if they had a spot on him on his phone or something.
I don't think there's a lot of good things being said about the Steelers in that group chat right now. I got a feeling. Thanks so much, Chris, for joining me for these 2 days. He'll be back with me here on Saturday with the Steelers and Bills kickoff at 7, Acrisure Stadium. I'll be back with more on Steelers Afternoon Drive with myself and Smitty a little bit later on. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications here on the YouTube channel, and we'll be back with more from Steelers Now. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.